only part they're missing here is that they have they should have the thing where like Exodals, if they have like a damaged body part, they can like grow like a second limb.
Piccolo. Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Are we all here?
Yep. I'm just gonna grab a drink real quick.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will
should
also
do the
go
same real
refill.
quick.
Yeah, and I will see everyone back shortly, and we'll start.
Okay.
Alright, we're back. Hi, Jenny. Where's your kitty?
Back.
Oh.
Pat, speak again.
Hi, how's it going? Hello.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Folks, it's me, Donkey.
No.
Donkey.
Fiona.
So I already bought my Halloween costume,
Mhm.
and I'm going to be Eddie Munson.
Respectable choice. You got the t-shirt and everything?
Oh yeah, and the wig, and the shoes, and the watch.
Just need to get yourself an inflatable guitar.
I know. I debated on I'm like, which version do I want to be of him? But it's going to be like October and fucking hot ass Florida, so I'm going with the bare minimum.
I saw a meme. It's the one with Homer at the lesbian bar for some reason. They chose that for the format, but it's like Halloween 2022. It's just Homer standing at a bar surrounded by like Eddie Munsons everywhere.
That's what I'm expecting to happen, but luckily the Keys isn't that populated, so
You'll be safe.
yes. I'll just be one of the many photos on the internet.
I'm back.
I know. It was either that or maybe Nadia from...
Ooh, that's a good choice.
Oh, from What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah. But that is also really hot for Florida, so...
Oh god,
Love
yeah.
Nadia.
She wears a
Love
lot
her.
of layers.
Mm.
She's funny though.
I need to watch today's episode.
I just watched it. It's kind of surreal, especially since I watch a lot of HGTV. My grandmother loves HGTV.
Like, I love that show so much. It's so funny.
It's very good.
We were talking at the library of planning like a Halloween day for all the employees, but like trying to pick a theme.
Ours was Heroes.
Heroes would have been good. I think we're trying to go like with puns or something like that. So I suggested my coworker dress up as an animal and just carry a phone everywhere. So that we're the Call of the Wild by Jack London. I know Stinky.
My character in that one shot we were gonna play last week, Gabe's game.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be Laszlo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Jackie Daytona.
Jackie Daytona.
Human bartender.
Gizmo, shut the fuck up!
God, I love Matt Berry so much.
Human bartender.
Bat form.
Bat. Human form.
I wonder if there's a way I could play like a creepy doll.
God.
In Pathfinder 2e, you can. It's an entire race.
Get an autognome. That'll work.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. My grandparents used to always get me those like glass dolls when I was a kid, and I hated them so much. I would turn them around.
The spooky. My grandmother collected dolls. Thankfully, she liked the fashion dolls more, but some baby dolls she had are really creepy.
I did not like them.
Okay, there's a lot of pretty neat subclasses and stuff in this also, so this is pretty good.
If you think I'm not playing a chef bard, you're wrong.
Yeah. Subclasses in what?
Helenia's Guide to Monster Hunting. They just kind of released like an update for their PDF. It's a Kickstarter about like more monster hunting aspects of D&D.
Oh, that's very good.
Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, there's a chef subclass for bard. There's a flesh weaving subclass for bard, which is weird.
Flesh weaving?
Yeah, it's called College of Flesh Weaving.
It's like being a tanner.
That seems like a weird thing to go to college for.
I
I would
guess
prefer a chef as a ranger subclass personally.
There's
to me, I like that idea more.
there's
Like
a hunt domain for
hunt
cleric. Circle of the Hive for druid.
Well, there's also like, what is it? Oh God, what is it called? When you're doing like a show as you cook. There's that one too, like an intriguing chef or something like that.
Oh, kind of like. Well, the thing that pops in my head is like Japanese steakhouses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you call those kind
Oh,
of chefs.
hibachi or whatever it is.
Hibachi, yeah.
Oath of the Harvest for Paladin. That's so cool.
Harvest Paladin?
Yeah, Oath of the Harvest.
That sounds good. All right.
I'm not reading all of it. I'm just like kind of just glancing about.
Yeah, I just googled it, so I'm trying to find the subclasses too. I mean, it looks pretty. Ooh, Biomancy Wizard. That's good. All right, I would like to check that out.
See that one?
That should be good. I hope it has heals. A healing wizard? Jeez.
Healing
Flex
wizard
on the cleric?
That's a really good art in this book too.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I can't remember what their Kickstarter got to.
There's 1.8 million.
Yeah, that's right. It went pretty high.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Welcome back.
Hello. Sorry. Avery is asleep now.
Oh, yay.
The baby.
The baby. Okay.
clean babies' tum-tums.
Yes. Scrummy, scrummy.
The fuck?
Don't worry about it.
I guess so.
All right. Who remembers what happened last time?
Zariel got a sword. Swing
Not
swish.
quite.
Boo.
Stone Daddy got brought back to life
Yes.
and then
Oh, yeah.
abandoned.
And then immediately abandoned. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Eltrell's about to sink. We've only got like
It
a
is.
few hours.
Into
That's
the
right.
sticks.
It's dipping into the sticks.
Into the thick of it.
And we decided to go confront Zariel to bequeath her sword to her.
Did we?
I
Is that
mean,
what we did?
oh,
I don't think that's what we did.
I don't think that's yeah, true. It's not what we did. Soul is on that purpose.
You guys wanted to stealth in, I believe?
We wanted to just take care of the chains because that was the issue, and we were
That's
trying
true.
to figure out how to
Yes.
handle handling the chains.
We had to
So
call
we
our
wanted
big giant friend.
yeah, we were summoning
Yes.
the giant, and we decided that that was what Roc was doing all last session because he was
Yes.
quiet.
Wait, what was I doing?
Summoning the giant.
Oh, I'm getting the
like
giant.
in Majora's Mask.
Summoning the guy that's going to take care of the chains.
This guy.
Meanwhile,
He's back.
Meanwhile,
In Pog form.
meanwhile, Soul was doing the Zariel thing.
Yes, that.
Yes.
Just trying to stay alive.
Yes.
And I helped.
You did. Yeah. There's a big fight happening right now.
there's a pit fight.
There's a large fight. Hordes of demons and devils are all fighting each other. And yeah, Zariel is fighting a hyena-faced Baylor.
He not?
I mean, I guess. But yes, I guess we'll start sort of where we ended, which was Soul has approached Zariel.
I took some swangs at the Baylor. I think I only
You
hit
did.
it once.
You did take some swings at it.
That thing has a high AC.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as soon as you get this close to Zariel, the sword in your hand begins to glow even brighter. You can feel it sort of tugging out of your hand. It wants to fly towards her.
Oh, I let that actually go. Go for it.
Okay. So the sword floats about 10 feet in front of Zariel. It starts to glow really, really bright. And all of you can see time is slowing.
Boom.
Whomst has the bell that you received earlier?
I have it.
Okay, Zyldi, the bell you were given by Olanthius is glowing.
Can I pull it out?
Yes. You like the battlefield around you is sort of like a dull gray, but all of you are still in color. Zariel as well. And can all sort of move around at normal speed. You're not quite sure what's happening.
I will pull out the bell
Alrighty.
and ring it.
Ring-a-ding-ding. And a ghostly sort of projection of Alanthius appears. He just kind of looks around. He notices Zariel, and he just kind of nods. Okay. So, Lulu is here as well. And Lulu looks at Zariel sort of with sorrow. She remembers everything now. She remembers what her friend has become. And Zariel sees Lulu, and you think for a fraction of a second you see Zariel also having these feelings. She remembers Lulu's friendship. And you're going to get plus 10 for Lulu and plus 10 for Alanthius being present for your persuasion check here.
Whoa.
Ooh.
So, Soul, the sword can be presented to Zariel. I believe you intend to redeem her. What do you want to tell her?
Okay, first, so you say there's a persuasion check needed?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
You have plus 20 right now to it, though.
Well, I'm gonna just bump that a little more with
Sure.
channeling my divinity.
Okay.
Let's make that a 25.
Great. Okay.
Just do that.
Hi, Zariel. Big fan.
Let's do it.
20 plus 25. So, all right. I persuade her to.
Yeah. What's your elevator pitch here?
Okay. Let me think on it.
Mm-hmm.
Table, give me ideas as well. Like, how do I phrase this?
Hi, Zariel. Big fan. Not a big fan of the way that your new direction's going. You could look like you could use some rebranding.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Your solo album, not the greatest.
Get back with the two guys. I can't remember their names. The two knights.
Alanthius
Grit your
and
teeth
Haruman.
and punch
Yeah,
her in
yeah.
the face.
Yeah.
For real, though, I'd say something like, you came here to bring peace to this realm. Now see that you reign supreme. You have it within your power.
As your champion, I've dedicated my life to you. Please return to your former glory.
Okay. You just say, Lady Zariel. Look at, how would I say, please, look at yourself. Look at what you've become. Your sword.
She looks down at the sword.
Look at, Lulu. Look at Lulu. Look at your blade.
She looks.
You've fallen too far into the battle of Avernus. You can return to your former glory to embrace your holy mission.
Yes. Good. Okay. Any closing remarks?
I can't think of anything else at the
Okay,
moment.
great. No, that's fine. We'll go with that. Roll a persuasion check, please.
I
Now
have
would be the
one
time to
info
crit.
in case.
Oh yes, that's absolutely the time to be using it. Okay,
It's a plus 20.
Use that inspo.
it's plus.
Wow.
It's you can use inspo. Yeah, let's see what you get.
Oh man!
11 plus 25.
Roll a
is
what?
total- Oh!
Yay!
Woo!
We did it.
52.
Mamma
No,
mia.
more than that, because it was a 25. Oh, wait, yes, 52. Why am I?
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
I forgot.
Okay.
I'm the nat
The
20
crit
king.
man.
You doubted yourself for a hot second.
For a hot second, yeah, I was like, what? Ugh,
Okay.
that.
Zariel's trembling hand reaches toward the gleaming hilt of her sword. Her fingers brush against it, and she grimaces as radiant light sears her flesh. As her grip tightens, she gasps in pain, and then speaks an oath through tears of confusion, sorrow, and dawning joy. I, Zariel, supplicate myself before the holy light of justice. If it should accept me, I vow to take up this blade once more in its service. The Archdevil's words hang in the air for a silent moment, and she glances upward in agonized uncertainty. And then Zariel is bathed in a brilliant wash of radiant light. Her fiery halo disappears, and feathers burst from her leathery wings. All of her diabolical features vanish as her angelic form is restored. At the sight of this blessed transformation, Lulu gasps in delight and transforms into a celestial mammoth with golden fur, feathered wings, and gleaming tusks.
Oh man, look at that.
All mortal creatures that have witnessed Zariel's apotheosis are surrounded by twinkling wisps of the same light that transformed her and are infused with blessings of health, which raises your constitution scores by 2 up to a maximum of 22.
Whoa!
Nice.
Oh shit.
Returned to her full celestial glory, Zariel takes on the task of saving the besieged city of Elturel.
We just got a free +2.
Yes, everyone gets +2 to con, even if it makes you go over 20. Well,
No.
Is that
That's-
permanent or an effect?
that's permanent. You have that forever.
Cool, okay.
You have witnessed Zariel's redemption.
Beautiful, man.
So Zariel, as well as our friends, the Giant and the Planetar from last time, they all fly around Elturel. And where is it here?
Oh, I thought the Planetar wasn't helping us.
He said he wouldn't be able to help unless the chains were released, which is about to happen.
Okay.
So yeah, she soars above Elturel with the help of you guys and your allies, destroying the chains. And she closes her eyes, raises her sword above her head, takes a deep, centering breath, and is able to destroy each of the chains with ease. So they go underneath the city itself and sort of push it up and towards the sky as you're all rocketing into the red sky of Avernus and then into darkness. The Chianthar River shines like a golden road stretching from Elturel to Baldur's Gate and to the sea beyond. The scent of morning dew cuts through the odor of smoke, brimstone, and rot that clings to Elturel's stones. Slowly, the people of the city make their way out from their hiding places to stand in the light of the mortal world once more. All eyes focus on Zariel where she stands, sword in hand. The Planetar Nasius that raised Elturel out of Avernus kneels before her. Lulu nudges Zariel and then gestures towards you all with her trunk. Zariel strides towards you, bowing her head in solemn gratitude. This dark chapter has at last come to an end, and it is a brighter end than I had ever dared hope for. Thank you. Your selflessness will live on in my memory forever. And in mine, Lulu says, beaming. But then she looks around at you all, and there's a wave of sadness washing over her face. Where's Zyldi?
Wait, what?
Ah, shit.
He's like a 12-foot tall or 20-foot tall. I don't care. I'm not good at math. But, like, how does somebody miss a giant woman like that?
Do I need to plane shift back there?
Zyldi?
Everybody roll perception checks.
I'm pretty sure I don't see a giant tall woman.
A little too blinded.
Woman.
Still trying to wipe the brimstone out of my eyes. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
want to be someone who gets to see a giant woman.
All right. Mazgar, Soul, and Marco. You noticed something stuffed in the breast pocket of Marco's shirt.
Marco, there's something there.
Oh. He, like, hurriedly pulls it out and starts looking at the note.
It's
I hope it's
a
not Zyldi.
note. Would you do the honors, Zyldi?
Dearest Marco, if you are reading this, then I have made my final decision to stay in the Nine Hells. I feel like my business is not done here, and I do not wish to live with regret. Take care of yourself and the others. Don't hold back on your feelings, and make sure Mom and Dad are settled back in Baldur's Gate. If you're curious what I plan on doing next, I plan to take over Bell's Forge and make it my own. Possibly get either Mad Maggie's or Arkham's help or assistance, and I've done some decent work at writing up contracts, so I'm sure I can make it safe-proof. I'll let you know when I've secured the forge. Your favorite sister, Zyldi.
He
I'm like,
kind of like, he's like bridging his nose with the paper in his hands. Like, oh my god.
did you read that out loud or to yourself?
He is just, after he didn't read it out loud, and then he kind of hands it over to Watt.
What reads it over? I was like,
She stayed.
What is that?
She
Can't
stayed.
I can't say I'm surprised, but yep,
What, she's like staying there for good?
she's going to take over the forge.
Yeah. I guess
Over
it
the
was...
forge, you mean fight Bell?
Yeah, she's going to.
Yeah, that's
On
what
her
it sounds
own?
like. Yeah, she's a little headstrong like that.
Since you have mentioned Belle, actually, Zariel is still here. And her tone actually turns more somber at that note. Speaking of which, you have all made an enemy of Asmodeus this day. We have that in common now. I wish you strength and good fortune, and if ever you have need of my power, hold this feather aloft and invoke my name, and I shall come to your aid. And she plucks a feather off of her wings and hands it to Watt.
We only get the one feather?
Yes.
Ah, shit.
For me?
Well,
Oh, is this for everyone, or?
Make of it what you will. And then she turns to Soul. Make your peace now. We leave shortly.
What do you mean, we leave?
You're coming with me.
So like, his face is kind of like, oh shit, hell yeah. But then he's got like, wait, why? There's just a lot of emotions going through his soul right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would just turn to the party, confused, and then back to Zariel and just, I don't understand. I mean, not that I don't want to. Of course, I want to. I feel like this is what I've been led up to my whole life, but why?
She nods. You have a greater purpose with us. It has all been for this. Please say your goodbyes.
Soul just exhales like halfway crying, you know, like he's got like he's tearing up. But there's definitely a smile on his face. He'll definitely turn to the party and say, I really, when you can, I think you should all see if you can assist Zyldi, because taking on Belle, even if she's assisted by Mad Maggie and the others, I don't think that's going to go well.
I think for a second I'm going to leave her there.
Absolutely. And I I suppose a regret is I won't be able to help you. Or maybe we will, I don't know. But
You've done enough. And Mark was going to extend a hand to him.
Hell yeah.
Soul's gonna go in for a hug. And
Yes!
give you a hug.
Yes!
Why not?
Mark was surprised by this, but then, fully embraces it. Thank you for saving my father. Helping me.
No, I simply just came along for the journey. Thank you for helping me with everything.
Mazgar just kind of awkwardly waves like a hand and goes, "Later, Saul. Go live your best life."
He's gonna give you a nod, and I wouldn't be here without you, Mazgar. Especially you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
You know what? You're pretty good at that sword, so I think it's mutual.
It's gonna turn to Watt, and say,
Watt's already got his arms like outstretched for a hug.
all right, yeah, Soul's gonna just go right into it then. Hug,
Yeah.
a hug, nice and tight, and then say, "I'm sorry. I really wanted to help you find your sister and more."
Sure, this isn't the end. We'll probably bump into each other sometime down the road.
I honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen, but I think going away with an angel is probably it's going to be a very long trip.
Well, I don't know how long my mechanical body will keep me going, but I hope to see you again someday.
Soul will just smile and nod at that. He's going to head up to Roc.
Yeah.
Give Roc a hug too. I hope one day you can get your wings.
I do too. I sold them, so they must be some kind of valuable thing. So might be a good bargaining chip in the end again.
Yeah, get him back to sell them at twice the cost.
Also, so many creatures have wings. Like you have wings now.
Well, I guess wings aren't that rare, really. I mean, I'm sure eventually you can sprout wings through magic or something, but that's not important. You need to get your wings.
Yeah, I guess.
Or it's not important. I don't know. You do you, man.
All right. So, just for clarity, the feather that Zerial gave you lets you cast Planner Ally as an action, which calls Zerial and Lulu. After which the feather will dissolve into a ray of sunlight. And if they are called to aid the characters, they will do so for up to 1 hour with no payment asked for in return. With her gift given, Zerial inclines her head, unfurls her wings, and points to Saul. He bursts into divine flame and shimmers back into form, now an archangel. Come, we will have need of you. And with that, the two of them soar into the sky. Lulu turns to wrap you all in a massive hug with her trunk. And when she lets you go, she smiles warmly and says, "We'll see each other again someday," holding back tears.
We will.
The golden mammoth then Oh, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Marcus is gonna pet her trunk. We will. Don't worry.
Thank you so much. You've done an amazing thing. The golden mammoth then flaps her wings and soars into the sky, and you watch her silhouette dwindle until it is swallowed by sunlight. All right. So, you did it.
Aw, you
You
guys.
beat the game.
Marco's gonna turn to Watt.
But we're not quite over yet, yeah.
Well, looks like we have something more in common.
What's up?
Lost sisters. Let's get yours first.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Water deep.
Waterdeep.
Gotta.
I'm honestly not actually sure why I even came along with this whole thing. I mean, aside from being on parole, I guess I could have just skipped out. But anyway.
Wasn't it at least a little fun?
I mean, risking my life in literal hellscape, I don't know, it doesn't seem like fun to me, but I'm glad that I could get you guys all back alive, except, with an exception.
Spells kind of saved the day and everything, so yeah, you're kind of the hero of this journey, if anything.
I know. That's why I'm gonna just say later, losers. I'm out.
Goodbye, Mazgar. Thank you.
Quitting while she's ahead.
Quitting on top.
Some big Rick Sanchez energy.
You're all beneath me.
Mazgar lets out a really big gurgly burp.
Hell yeah.
If we wanted to visit, where would we find you?
Then she does transport via plants to get out of here.
Oh,
baby.
Me too, baby.
No, that was what crying.
The portal gun. She's got the
Yes.
transport via plants.
Very good. All right. So
Any
yeah.
other expected goodbyes or?
What about you, King? Going anywhere?
I mean, all this makes a pretty fine story. Maybe it might make things more exciting in some places, but I think I got enough material to work with for another year or more.
Well, if you ever need yourself and need another story, you can always join us.
I'll think about it. Well, but wait, how do I even contact you if I want to do that?
I mean, you can always send us or do something. I mean,
Contact the Liadon household.
Yeah, you could send a sending
Actually-
to Mazgar if you really need to catch her.
That's true. Magic is pretty good like that.
Do we need to get your parents or your dad from Elturel?
Oh no, he's here in the city, like with the rest of you.
Oh, okay. Wait, we're in Baldur's Gate or Elturel?
I mean, you're technically in Elturel. If we're talking about literally saying goodbye as like completing the mission as you're doing, you're still in Elturel. But yeah, good job, everybody. You did it.
you did it! Yay!
have-
the city.
Yeah, you did. I have a couple points that I want to talk to everyone about for this epilogue, and then I have a little blurb I want to tease for season 2.
Nice.
His own too.
Cool. So, I'll go down the turn order list that I have here. Everyone can think about it, and whoever gets chosen first gets put on the spot. I'm sorry, haha. Well, I'll just say you're the 3 questions now, so we can think about it too. So, what did you do the day you came home? What did you do 2 weeks after that? And what are your new goals for the future? Watt, I'm gonna bother you first.
Fuck.
What did you do the day you came home from Elturel?
So, upon returning to Baldur's Gate, Watt tells Marco that he kind of needs to confront his dad about the whole kidnap magical surgical thing.
Yeah.
Do you need me there with you?
It might get messy, so I don't know.
I've got your back.
I suppose I would feel better with you there then. So with that, he returns to the Alontemoré household
Yes.
and enters his father's, Holloway's father's study.
Right.
And I imagine that Navidson doesn't even look up from his desk as usual,
Yeah.
since he, the face of the sun he hasn't seen for how long we've been gone? Weeks?
Weeks. Months?
Who knows in hell? And he'll basically tell him that it's Navidson, it's over. I know the truth. I'm back to my previous self.
He clicks his tongue.
Does that mean anything to you? Or... You've lost your son a second time. I'd imagine that would evoke some sort of reaction.
Yeah, he doesn't really look up.
Okay, well, maybe you should turn yourself in.
And for the first time, he stops working. And he just looks at you and he says, no.
But you kidnapped someone and
then Navidson will try to cast spells at you.
Oh shit. He can cast spells?
He's casting spells at you.
Oh fuck, like what spell?
It doesn't matter, it's gonna hurt. What do you do?
Okay. I think what is just gonna take the attack.
Okay. So yeah, you get hit by lightning.
Okay.
Ouchie.
What lies on the floor kind of like in shock, and then kind of goes into like a convulsion, like a seizure of some kind. And his neck like snaps to his left.
Gross.
And then like realigns straight. And he picks himself back up and like dusts himself up. And goes, well, I suppose if you're not going to turn yourself in or face punishment in any way, then it's up to me. And he casts Fireball on the guy.
Hell yeah.
Changed into acid.
Okay. And then Watt melts Navidson Alontemoré. Melted.
Melts.
Gooped.
I suppose he walks outside and sees Marco. And goes, Marco! Pleasure again. How have you been?
Doing fine, but something happened.
Yes, Father Deus is no longer with us, don't worry.
Oh God. We should leave town. He's gonna just grab your hand. Let's go.
What flinches as soon as you grab him and yells, "Don't touch me!"
What?
Dun dun dun.
And then all of a sudden, his neck snaps to the right and then pops back up, and Watt just has like this extremely scared look on his face.
We're gonna have to work on that. Let's see if we can't. Come with me. Come.
What happened?
Come with me. And he's just gonna start pulling you.
Yeah.
We need to go.
What?
Terrifying.
Yes. What? Let's go.
Camera pan.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun dun dun. To be continued. All right. Mazgar, what did you do the day you came home? Aside from piecing out on everyone.
She pieced out and used that transport via plants to go visit her son, Chorin.
Hell yeah.
And she just kind of shows up at his hut and goes to check in on him because she's feeling kind of introspective about the people that are important to her and feeling like she wants to reconnect. And she kind of shows up at his door and asks if his wife had the baby yet.
No, there you go.
And it turns out that she has. And she's a grandma.
Yay, Grandma Mazgar.
Oh.
Grand Mazgar.
G-MILF Mazgar.
Ooh.
So she's gonna spend a little time, reconnecting with her family, but after a couple weeks she's gonna get itchy feet.
Yeah.
And she's got all of this power, and it just seems like a waste to be hanging out here in the woods where things are right when she could be going off and fixing things that are wrong.
Absolutely. It's a big world out there.
I would say her goals.
And you're very strong now too.
I would say her goals are for the future to go wreak havoc on capitalism.
Great. I love
Fuck
it.
up some mines and go just wreck some fishing industries and just, kill the polluter.
Hell yeah. That's great. All right. I'll do Rock next. What do you do the day you get home?
the day I get home, I try to book a gig and then immediately get back into. I got a lot of money from our trip into the Nine Hills.
Yeah, you did.
I can make more money if I use that
To
gamble it. Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm gonna
Fantastic.
I do. Like in the first day, get back home. That's immediately what I do.
You just start gambling it away. I love it.
Yeah.
Marco, what did you do before you met up with Watt?
Well, definitely the first thing is escorting his father home to Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
And then sending...
Everyone is happy you're home.
I'm assuming Mother probably didn't return just yet, or is she still gone?
We'll say she's still out, but Lara and Cothro are definitely still there.
Definitely would wait there until she returns, and then kind of... but in the meantime, before she comes, Mark was going to kind of explain the entire journey to his father.
Yeah, he's going to write the whole thing down.
Dad,
for posterity.
I'm pretty sure you know
did you
this
remember something else? He's like scribbling away with a quill.
about Zyldi. I know that I've been a little bit silent about what happened.
Yeah, where is she? I thought she'd be coming home by now for sure.
She's
been
alive
talking for hours.
at least. Wait, you've been talking?
Well, you've been talking. You've been telling me all about your trip.
I thought she contacted you, at least. She...
and then he very quickly pats himself down, and he pulls out a note. Oh, yeah, I should have checked earlier. Let me guess, she get you the same way?
Yeah.
What's she doing now?
He's gonna stop him from reading it. She's safe, and I'm gonna go check on her.
Oh, no,
But-
okay.
I might be gone for a little while again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember much. It was chaos, and then darkness, and then you were there with your friends, and it's going to take me some time, but I never did say thank you. So thank you for saving me.
I couldn't have done it without my friends, but I've got a friend. I know you met him on our way back to Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Watt. And, I'm gonna travel with him to help him out a little bit, but
Sure, that's great. Dude, you're young. You've got plenty of time. Do what feels right. I'm not going anywhere, especially now. I need some time at home.
I do want you to meet him and talk to him, because he just kind of leans in. I think he's got a crush on me.
Oh, he starts nudging you in the ribs. Okay, oh. You gave him the old razzle-dazzle, did you?
I mean, can't help the charm. But, I'm gonna go help him, and then I'm gonna...
Yeah, I mean, I'll be
go
here.
check on Zyldi.
Do what you gotta do. Everything is okay now. You did it.
Yeah, I did it. I'm just gonna hug him. And I'm so glad you're alive and safe.
Me too.
Tell Mom that I'm safe and Zyldi's safe.
Absolutely. We'll keep in touch if we need to.
I'll make sure that you can contact him. And Marco, at this point, has made a sending stone with one of his infusions and hands it over
great.
to him.
Yes, perfect.
If you ever need to speak to me, you can always send me any message.
Great. I'll treasure this. Thank you.
I gotta go, Father, before we gotta go check on Watt and make sure that he's alright.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Speaking to his father.
Safe travels, son.
Right. I love you, Dad.
I love you too. Yay! All right, Soul. What did you do flying through space with Zariel?
Yeah, I was gonna say he wouldn't go home. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining they go to maybe Mount Celestia.
Something similar, yes.
Or
Some sort of divine plane. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pick your poison.
But like I think well, I guess I would say what I like because it's all up to you, really.
Yeah, I mean we're growing this organically together right now.
Right. I think Soul would probably undergo some kind of training.
Yes,
or
that makes sense.
education
Absolutely. Yeah.
Of
Zariel training montage.
Sure.
You're doing deadlifts with Lulu.
Great. Nice. And I guess just learning about what his role is going to be, like what he's going to do, or what Zariel wants from him.
She keeps dropping a word around you. The word is Archon.
Okay, yeah, he likes that. He likes the sound of that.
But it is something this is the thing you're training to become.
Amazing.
So maybe in the future, you'll become this Archon she's trying to mold you into.
I think at some point, once he's no longer on Cloud 9 so much with
yes.
all this, he's going to ask, like, is it possible for him to eventually travel to different planes or the like?
Where we're going, you won't need to.
Future fee.
No, when the time comes, you'll be able to travel freely, is what she promises.
Right. No, okay. All right, Soul likes that. And do I still have my items and stuff on me?
Sure. Well, or I don't know. Maybe they're like sealed away somewhere or something, like for you to do with what you want later or something. But yeah, you do have some important personal effects. Perfect. So,
because Soul is going to share with Zariel, like it's not really a vow he made, but more like a personal promise to he wants to be able to explore like I don't know, the afterlife and find
the astral sea and all that. Sure.
Yeah, he wants to find his former lover Lua.
Hell yeah.
And so he can deliver to him
when
his
your
Moonblade.
Yeah, when your training is complete and you can travel, that by all means follow that goal of yours.
Okay. I think with that, then Soul's very content.
Hell yeah!
Because that's really his biggest thing to whether it's in the afterlife or whatever. Yeah, find Lua.
That's so sweet.
And yeah, his goals. Yeah, that's just his goal. That's for sure. Yeah, I think that's it for Soul then.
Yeah, I mean he's sort of off on his own destiny now. All right, we're gonna wrap up here with Zyldi. What did you do the day you didn't return and you saw your friends get back safely?
Took a deep sigh.
Let's get back to the map where you are.
Oh. I retrieve my vehicle.
Yes.
And I drive it to Mad Maggie's.
All right.
I imagine that she ends up doing some side jobs, trying to get upgrades done to the... Basically, she becomes tank girl.
Sure.
Trying to get upgrades done.
Right.
Doing side jobs for her. And she's going to inquire Mad Maggie about the chess pieces.
Oh, yeah. She mentions that they are cursed artifacts. Assembling a full set would allow you to do something impossible, even challenge a demon lord or an archdevil.
Well, I guess I just found my new mission then. Discovering that, she would go and build upon her strengths. If we're talking about like what she would carry into, she would just
Sure.
go straight into Rogue to build up all those.
Hell yeah.
I think at one point she would have to go make a deal with Arcan
Mm-hmm.
in order to get, maybe he has a chess piece.
The hint was there that he's got one. We'll say, actually, roll. I'm sorry, I didn't get anyone else to roll. I should have done that. That's fun too. But I'm going to get you to roll. Ooh, an investigation check.
Okay, I have advantage in those.
I'll throw something at you if you get something nice. All right. You think there's another chess piece at the Wandering Emporium, held by a certain someone?
Of course, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy.
For the rest, she would be making deals trying to get them.
Sure. Yeah.
I figured that the deal she would have to make with Arcan is to go retrieve Mike.
That would be the top priority of his, yeah. So that's your latest mission that you've got. You have to go find the human
Yes.
last seen in Chult, name of Mike O'Nid.
She would go and do that.
Good. Cool.
Her future goal,
Yeah.
obviously, to take over the Bell's Forge. I've
Yeah.
always wanted her to become a pit fiend.
Oh, there you go. Let's do it. We'll see what happens. But after a year, the day that Eltuel returned is, of course, a song sung by bards, but it is just another one of the many legends of this land at this point. However, the word on the street recently, there's whispers that representatives of all sorts of groups and factions from all across the Sword Coast will be meeting in Waterdeep to discuss their concerns about the cult of the dragon, which has increased in activity in the year that followed Elturel's return, emboldened by some infernal machinations, no doubt. And a new adventure is never far away. Ha 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 ha!
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum bum bum! You did it!
Yay!
You descended into
Sure.
Avernus. And you redeemed Zariel, and it went okay.
More specifically, you came back. I think that's the big delineation.
I feel like I got that giant's number and I called him and he did nothing.
He was like, yeah, we'll hang out. And then he didn't ever actually schedule it.
He just came over for
Yeah.
the beer and pizza and didn't help.
All right,
Oh,
bye.
Didn't even pay for it.
Yeah, see ya.
Right?
Thanks.
You got some chains?
Thanks for giving me my body back. Bye.
He did take out some chains, though, right? That wasn't
Oh,
just
yeah, he
some-
did.
Yeah, okay.
He did help take out some chains, and he did help the Planetar and everyone lift the city back into the material plane with his big
Good.
biceps. We did it. We won.
That was great.
It only took us however long it took us.
Wasn't
Thanks so
that
much,
bad.
man.
Yeah, I hope that was fun.
Thank you.
Still a shorter campaign than Saltmarsh.
I'm
Yes.
super excited for us continuing this eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took us 1 year and 6 days.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, we were off by a week. Oh man.
Shit.
High five. Yeah, I don't know if Mazgar would come back for
Yeah, I was gonna,
Oh, yeah, no, there's a lot of finality here.
ask, what were your plans for season 2?
I want to run the Tyranny of Dragons.
Do you want us to be level 13 if we roll up with a new character?
I don't think so.
I kind of rather start out lower.
Yeah, I'm thinking of starting at 1.
Ooh, 1 again?
At
Yes.
one?
At
Ooh.
1.
I don't know about that one.
That's busting my balls. No, I want Dante to at least be a little higher.
Level 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Level
playing with that,
1.5.
or somewhere closer to 4.
1.5.
Level 3 is when you get a lot of good cost features. That's a good spot to start.
Yeah,
Attorneys of
I got
Dragons.
to read the content, but I do
Levels-
plan on staying on the low side. I'm thinking of around 4.
Level 0.
No.
Yes.
We're
Maybe
all
some NPC.
We're all commoners.
we're all commoners.
Oh, good
Yeah.
lord. Everyone has 10 in every stat.
I'm thinking
God.
about maybe picking up a sword someday.
A sword, by gum.
I haven't gotten around to it yet, though.
Franklin, you're pretty good with a mop.
I got this rock here. I can throw that, right?
Then you get bitten by a
Minus 5
cat.
to hit.
You get bitten by a cat and die.
Cats are vicious.
Yup. That'll be the 3rd time I started Tyranny of Dragons.
Oh, wow.
It's fine. It's fine. It's always different every game.
I think that makes sense to have it flow after this campaign. That can definitely work.
I just I'm gonna have to try very hard not to go the same path as
Not
my
to
favorite
spoil
character.
yourself.
Yeah, well, my first and one of my favorite characters was from Tyranny of Dragons, and
Hell
I
yeah.
really loved her. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out a different way to play it.
Well, you know what that means, Chuck. You gotta spice it up a lot.
I am planning on spicing it up a lot. I do that with all of these campaigns. This you did not play stock Avernus.
Good.
I know it. I know I said I really want
Avernus
to play
Plus.
that Chef Bard, but I really
nice.
I really want to do Wild Magic Sorcerer again.
Oh, Wild Magic is so good. I really want someone to explode a fireball on themselves so bad.
Centered on me and the party. Great.
Yeah, at level 2.
Oh
I
god.
liked the idea of playing a wild magic sorcerer that was from a different plane of existence where magic didn't exist.
That's cool.
And then they show up in that plane where magic does exist, and they have no fucking idea what's going on. Like, oh shit, no!
But
Boom.
as for feeling super powerful with these guys, I'm brewing a one shot for Avernus where everyone's 20,
Like these
Cool.
characters are 20?
or someone you want to bring. But yeah,
Okay.
and then the next time I do run something, it's going to be Tyranny of Dragons.
Beautiful.
Can
Bringing
Can
back
I-
Jumbo James.
yeah. Can I call? I don't know what everyone's planning for that.
I have a spot for it already if you want.
I just don't know, like, whatever. If everybody has a.
Oh,
an
Dante
idea.
is gonna be a warlock.
Okay.
I literally have no idea.
All right. I think I'll pick. I was thinking about cleric.
I
Yeah.
was
Yes.
thinking
Cleric.
of multi-classing cleric and sorcerer.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
That's
Oh,
a tough
cleric
one.
Party. Oh, cleric party.
That is a tough one.
I might mix it up with something else. Who knows?
If not cleric, then fighter. It's it's one of the two.
If depending on how things go, like if Dante doesn't fit this too much, what I might do is I have an idea. I have to run it by Chuck, but a wizard sorcerer multi-class, I might do that.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. As usual, you whatever documentation you have, we'll run it by and we'll discuss. We have a pretty good system, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it depends on on the deets for what you got.
Right? Yeah.
Obviously, I know it involves Tiamat, but it depends on other things. Because like concerning Dante, getting involved,
Right.
it depends on how stuff goes there.
Yeah. I mean, we could just pretty easily do something like just make him the Baldur's Gate rep, for the
for
meeting.
sure.
So
But also like maybe involving Ball himself.
sure.
Oh,
But we'll see.
I might try to bring in a character that got abandoned or didn't get a thing like that.
Oh, I mean that's a good opportunity to do so.
Yeah, like Chura.
Oh God, Shura.
That was fun. Shouldn't
I
be
know,
the last ride.
I thought about bringing either Pokey or Elfire.
I also had a really fun Tabaxi rogue called Mittens. That was fun to play.
Mittens.
That's so cute.
Mittens was really fun. She was kind of
That's
like
fantastic.
she had a high charisma, so she was kind of like a walking Puss in Boots, but more acerbic. So she was fun.
Standard array?
Yeah.
Okay.
You always,
Usual. By any chance, Chuck, I'm very, very eager. I'd like to use the new playtest for D&D 1.
Oh god,
Can I
yeah.
use that starter stuff?
I would need to review it, but I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to let everyone play around with that stuff either, just to actually playtest it, which would be cool.
Yeah.
So
I could be down for that if it. Yeah, I also haven't looked that deep into it.
yeah, so you know what? Let's say we'll allow D&D 1 playtest for this campaign. I'm gonna run. Fuck it, why not?
Great. I mean, I already know I'm not gonna like for you. Like, I'm sure it'd be a lot of work with like no crits on enemies and stuff, but whatever.
Yeah, I'll have to adjust.
You can obviously change it as we go.
Yes, I
whatever.
mean, I do a lot of
But
live.
I love the
dating, so
like how they do the character backgrounds and stuff now. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, the background's also giving stuff too. It's good. It's good stuff from the small amount that I've read. But it looks promising.
I'm gonna be honest. 5e is big enough that like even if they do release like a new edition, I don't think it'll be that popular for a
Absolutely.
while.
I agree. 5e is massive.
Like it's not like going from 4e to 5e. I feel like this is gonna be a hill for them to climb.
it just feels like Tasha's essentially, where it's small alterations.
They've just changed the meta completely. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that drastic a change, other than small things.
I wouldn't call it drastic, but like certain mechanics, like particularly the crit stuff, right?
Yeah.
Those are significantly different.
It just seems like they're gearing up for like a major shift.
Right. And like this is like phase 1 of what they're doing. I think because like to me if there's more to it, then this can build up to a whole different I won't call it like a whole different system, but like it's definitely like a different system. I think they might call it Advanced 5e or I don't think they'll go 5.5e. They'll probably just call it Advanced 5e and leave it at that, because the like you said, Hunter, like the name 5e 5th edition carries weight. I don't like if they go to 6th edition. That's a lot of people will just be like, whatever, most likely.
Yeah, well, because I don't think they want to try to pull a Shadowrun. They don't want to try to do that where they update it to a new edition and then nobody liked it.
Yeah, and same thing with Pathfinder 2e. Like, I mean, some people like it, I guess, but the vast majority didn't care for 2e at all. Like, there's changes with an edition, so people don't like it. And yeah, I just think they're gonna call it Advanced 5e at the end, which is better than D&D 1.
Well, yeah,
like that name.
D&D 1's just a playtest.
Yeah, it's just a playtest name, but like immediately I don't like it because it gives Xbox vibes.
What if it's just Dungeons and Dragons 2023? Like, it's
Oh
just
no!
like,
Shut up.
Putting a year would make me so stupid.
D&D Season 1.
like God of War or like any other reboot, like Tomb Raider. It's just
No.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
Don't give them ideas.
They might try that. They might like just try like, oh, this is not 5e or anything.
This is the definitive version of Dungeons and Dragons.
just Dungeons and Dragons.
All those other Dungeons and Dragons, they don't mean dick anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. No, they put the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
there we go.
The Dungeons and Dragons.
The James Gunn version.
Like Suicide Squad, yeah.
Just SpongeBob the. Give them more ideas, put more of that energy out into the world.
I think like my favorite thing about what they're doing though is the spell lists, like just having an arcane spell list and divine and primal. I love that. That's
Yeah,
love it,
as
love it,
a
love it,
as
love
a
it.
massive 4E head, going back to
Yes,
the
which I
keywords
love.
is fucking amazing. I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
I'm so happy. Like just arcane, divine, primal, and eventually put out psionic.
Dude,
And there you go.
the
Those are your
psionic
sources
book
of power.
The psionic book in 4E is so fucking cool.
Yeah. So and those are your sources of power. I love that.
Monks, soul knives, fucking soul knife is so cool.
Yep.
I feel like the soul knife rogue is less cool than it should be.
It is, but they're trying. They tried, I should say. Yeah. I really hope they keep going in that direction. And like I even want them to like just make it like they're not like all spells, right? Like arcane, they do spells. Divine miracles, whatever you want to call it, primal, whatever, blah blah blah. Like making different. And that way that's gonna add a nice, lovely layer of like I wouldn't call it complexity, but like different layers of like offense and defense and like utility and so forth. Just how things work.
Question, Sean.
Yeah.
We're not reviving Icewind Dale, are we? Anytime soon?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could if you wanted to, but
Well, I mean, it's kind of like up to you. Like, I was just gonna like pour it over Brick.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your character.
Brick
you know?
is very charming.
Brick is cool.
For sure. Or be his cousin Mortar. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a good pun like that. I tell you what.
You can be Brick from Earth 212.
I'll tell
There you go.
what.
Icewind Dale's in 616.
I'm making a joke about your character, Watt.
What was the joke?
You said, I'll tell you what. And I said, I'll tell you what.
I was expecting more jokes like that. But I suppose it would
Low hanging fruit. We didn't want to go there.
would get cumbersome.
Yeah. So I was hearing everybody's characters like a distinct lack of marshals, so I was like,
Marshall.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start your level 4 and then just make all the fights way harder.
yes,
Cool.
yes.
Thanks for that.
All right, level 4 is a very comfy spot, so cool. And that goes in with Dante's background a little bit, if you remember.
Yes.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. So there's a new notes up in.
Yeah, Dante was my backup for our other game.
Yeah.
Like I just had him, just in case. But I ended up falling in love with this character a lot. Got art commissioned for him and everything. So he's ready to go.
Are you still going with the Holloway's
If you
cousin?
want, I mean, I don't mind. I think that's a nice idea.
I love it.
It was
Yeah.
still going forward. It would still work.
Like there's nothing wrong with that. I think he won't be directly involved, but actually, it's great because then it's like my uncle's dead. No,
And he was killed by his son.
he wouldn't know. Like Watt just bounced, right? Maybe the
What?
murderer's
Holloway?
out there.
What? Yeah. That both.
Yeah, and Dante's just like, all my family's dying. Everyone I love is dying. My wife.
Your
I
wife
have-
died?
I have to protect my wife. by
Is he
staying
giant
away
wife?
from
Okay,
her.
giant wife is
Wife?
still alive. Dante's got a giant wife.
He has a wife, a lovely wife he loves. He's a wife guy.
Never in a million years.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna head out.
That's a
Good night.
reference.
Good night.
Good night.
That's a reference to Dante.
All right, how about this, Replik?
All right. Hello.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I want to do. I don't know how well it would go though. I want to do this. It's the fighter from Humblewood. It's called.
I
have no idea.
Scofflaw. It's
Ooh,
it's all about improvised weapons.
that sounds cool. It sounds really cool.
It's silly. Like it's just you just hit people with whatever you find. But I don't know how well that would work.
Yeah, it will really depend on the environment, right?
Yeah.
You'll definitely be giving Chuck a little push with environmental storytelling a lot.
I think the only challenge will be probably not doing a whole lot of damage because I won't have magical weapons.
Oh, does the subclass not like eventually like stuff you wield will be magical?
I don't think so.
Wow.
They get a hefty damage bonus because you can choose to break the weapon over like when you hit, and it deals like extra damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes me think of like D&D 1, like monks got a buff, like a soft buff with how they revised unarmed strike and the brawler feat.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I want to play a monk with this now. Oh man. It looks really good for monks anyway.
I wonder how long it's going to be till we see like classes.
Yeah, that's what I want to sink my teeth. That's what I want to see the most.
I'm really hoping they do something with the ranger to make him even like.
I want level 30 content.
30 content would be amazing.
Like that, you know, I want that. I'm curious if they'll do it.
The best part
with,
of 4th edition was all the epic destinies. They're so fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm curious if they'll do it with prestige classes again.
Oh god, prestige classes were fucking amazing.
Oh, cool, they're so cool. I just love the concept. You know,
that's what all the Paragon paths and epic destinies in 4th edition basically were. Like
right.
Not, I mean, there were tons of generic ones. Like all wizards had access to like whatever Paragon path, but like if you were an elf wizard with like 20 charisma as well, you know, you could be a special Paragon path, and then that Paragon path had special epic destinies. It was amazing.
Oh, that's cool. I know prestiges from prestige classes from
3,
Pathfinder, yeah, and they're really cool. They add so much flavor, but I doubt it. They're gonna put that in. It's probably too much. Cause like I don't know, like the biggest. Like to me, what's been happening with 5e recently, like a lot of new content, like high level stuff is very lacking. Like even Vecna, right? Like he as is,
Vecna on paper needs work. I did a lot of tooling to him.
You clearly did. Like he doesn't even have legendary actions. Like he has 3 reactions, which is cool,
right?
But why doesn't he not have also legendary actions?
I gave him one that I didn't even get to use, a legendary action where he could just break resistance or immunity.
That sounds fantastic.
That's what Vecna would know how to do. Yeah,
like he's a wizard and cleric, so it makes perfect sense.
He's a cleric?
Yeah, he's a cleric and a wizard. He's both.
He's every caster.
Oh yeah, he's sorcerer too. Yeah.
When we get to D&D 1 plus 5, 1 plus whatever, he's going to be a primal and an arcane and a divine and a psychic caster.
Yeah, which would be sick. Because like that's his whole point. Like he researches and all that stuff, and he picks up magics from different worlds and whatever. Like his whole shtick is secrets, you know. So he loves doing that stuff. But yeah, like point I'm making is that he's very weak as written. Not just him, but the Great Worms in Vizbands or whatever, the Dragon Book, and just a lot of stuff in general. Like the bestiary, like everything is just really weak. I don't know who's the designer behind a lot of stuff, but they're lacking, man.
Yeah, I gotta go through. I have the Kobold Press Tome of Beasts that I gotta go through. I could probably port over some cool stuff.
Is a really good group.
Yeah, I like their stuff a lot. I have the hardcover.
Yeah, that's very good. They make they make some good
Fantastic supplements, yeah.
Like when I used to play Pathfinder, when I was into it a lot, I used a lot.
Yeah, they
of
were a big Pathfinder dev too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about auto gnomes?
Oh,
The new guys.
Yeah.
go for it.
I think that would work well for like a wild magic sorcerer. Like their creator tried to make them magical, but they don't really know how to harness
It's a
it.
great concept.
That's fantastic.
Also works well with Warforged.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I pitched my idea to you already, Chuck.
you
Like,
did.
glitchling, is that okay? That new
Yeah,
unearthed
yes.
Yeah.
Let's go crazy.
Get nuts.
If you find Marco was a custom class.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So if you find a class you want to run by me, it's cool. I will eventually one day get to play my 5e warlord, maybe. Well, find out.
You kind of did that for Sean's short.
For like 3 games.
Yeah.
What was that? I missed it.
His orc lady.
Yeah, Miri.
Wayward
My warlord.
Phantasm, I think it was called.
Yeah, in Wayward Phantasm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
man.
a while ago.
It was. Time flies. Wild Magic Surge.
Oh, I love it.
So level 4 for sure starting out, or
I mean, probably.
maybe I'll wait. I'll
No,
make a level
I mean,
1.
the level 4 is probably not going to be moved too much. I will be adjusting encounters on my end. I know that, or at least I've heard that Tyranny of Dragons needs a lot of adjusting anyway, so...
Okay.
This is good for you.
I will at least make a level 1 character.
At least
and
make a
then leave it
level
at
1 somewhere, yeah.
4 is a perfect number.
Honestly, 4 is a fantastic starting point. I think
Yeah.
it gets you dipped hard enough into your class for you to have cool shit.
Yeah.
And then I
round
can
up
throw
the
scarier shit at you.
and not enough. Like it's not 5th level, so you have extra attack. So it's just just right in my opinion.
Shouldn't be a good time.
I'll look up some paladin or something like homebrews or something like that.
All right, folks.
Good night, everyone.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Adios.
yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, hope you guys had fun.
Yep.
It
course.
was a blast as always.
Thank you.
Your Wednesdays are normal now for a bit until I figure out whenever I want to start this thing.
Sounds good.
Take care.
Till next
Have
time.
a good night.
Adios.
Night.
Bye.